Hi everyone, Dan Scott back again with another video. And those of you who have been with me for a while realize that in the past I've made some pretty long, detailed, grueling videos where now I'm trying to condense things down into smaller bites. So instead of trying to eat a whole leg of the elephant, we're just going to take 1, 2, 3 bites, okay? And although I've talked about this subject in other videos, I think it's important to emphasize the context of the blissful expectation. So let's think some more about this word blissful. So first of all, bliss is not a condition of which we experience now, that is, as human beings in flesh and blood, but it's according to an expectation concerning the future. And when the day comes that we become a manifested new creature, Son of God, there will be no more expectation but a manifestation into that bliss, where all who will attain to that eon will no longer be flesh and blood, human beings. So the blissful expectation at present is about being withdrawn from the present, but being all about the expectation concerning that future life, Aeonian life, according to all God has promised in the word of the life. And the blissful expectation prior to the manifestation is the reason for deep joy and peace, even amidst the temptations and afflictions that we experience, knowing the bliss God promises concerning the future. And we see the word blissful occurs about 50 times in the New Testament, whereas I've stated before the context of the so-called Beatitudes of Matthew chapter 5 pertain to the blissful ones of the third watch time. And the third watch time is also the context of the day of wrath, an expression found only in Romans chapter 2 verse 5. And the context of the brimful here in 1 Thessalonians 2:16 concerns the third watch time, where Paul stated the wrath comes prior on them into finishing. And those who come prior to the brimful ones will enter the wedding feasts into the blissful expectation concerning the first and second watch times. And here the first occurrence of the word wrath is specific to the third watch time, day of. And the fruit concerning the blissful of the third watch time will be those according to the Beatitudes: poor in the spirit, mourning ones, meek, hungering, thirsting, clean in heart, peacemakers, those who are being persecuted for righteousness' sake, which will be in the day of wrath, third watch time, where the ones falsifying in that hour are doing the ensnarements, which now brings us to a very profound insight. Because that which is opposed to blissful are the woes. A woe is to the cosmos from the ensnarements, for it is of necessity that the ensnarements come, whereas woe to the human through whom the ensnarements come. Now, the figure of thorns and 3 sprouted ones concerns those doing the ensnarements. The ensnarements that come and sprout in the third watch time, but bringing forth thorns and 3 sprouted ones. In that specific term of the last days, it is unapproved and near a curse, whose finishing is into scorchingness, the unnamed fourth watch time in Luke 12:38, of which there is no bliss, but only a curse, where the same scorchingness is figured as the Gehenna of the fire, or a blast furnace. So now we understand the context of Hebrews chapter 3 according to the watch times, where it states, as I oath in my wrath, third watch time, day of, woe if they will come into my down repose. And in Hebrews, this word translated down repose represents the ceasing, which I talk more about in my video, How to Keep the Sabbath. And in the transition of the finish of third into fourth, they are no more near a curse, but now they are having been cursed. And why is there no more blissful expectation for these? Well, because those according to the curse will not have the opportunity anymore to allot the regency of God or Aeonian life. So there is no expectation. But again, only the woes. The land work that will lead the one last sheep out of the pit of the corruption of the third watch time will be finished. And the goats will be segregated from the sheep of the third watch time. So again, back to Matthew chapter 5 concerning the blissful of the third watch time and the hungering and the thirsting, we see how the goats, the kids, did not give to eat. They did not give to drink. And woe to them. So the watch times in conjunction with this profound word, blissful, gives us the insight on how to correctly cut the context of God's plan and purpose for the completion of Christ in his body, which is the right hand, in contrast to those according to the woe of the curse, according to the left named side, which would make for yet another interesting talk, which God willing, if the Lord does not come and I am still standing here in this flesh bag, I will make videos talking about more of these subjects. So, as always, I wish you grace, mercy, and peace in Christ Jesus with 3 exclamation points.